Welcome to the Shiddy channel. Catchphrase. So, no. On today's episode, we're going to start cleaning this mess. So I've used various line of products. Last night I started soaking the head, valve cover, some other miscellaneous parts in brake clean, engine degreaser, brake clean, engine degreaser, and brake parts cleaner. Just like a whole concoction. And today I picked up a little something from the dollar store. Always totally awesome. Clean. It's pretty cheap. You can buy like a bottle like this of some like stuff for like $1. This only cost me $3. There's an even bigger one that's like $6. Now it says here, motors. So we're gonna give it a go. See what happens. Definitely looking like it might rain today, but that's okay. It's raining. I see sprinkles. Just soak it completely. Just soak it. And then let it sit for about 15 minutes. Now since we need to wait on somebody to come give us a hand so we can safely push this thing out, I heard you, you're right, we're gonna soak it. Just spray everything. Everything that's dirty. So in this case, everything. We're flushing the block. And we're going to pressure wash everything. I mean everything. If I can touch it, look at that. Just go crazy. Treat it like it only costs a couple bucks. Yeah, it is. Really. And then, you know, another thing, we're going to soak it down. We're going to spray it off. Now, it is probably going to sit for a day or so afterwards, just to let everything get good and dry. But we will also take the most used tool in the shop, the air hose. Spray out all the nooks and crannies or anywhere that's prone to pooling, especially like down in the cylinders, any orifices that you can get into, any plugs like the wires, pretty much just everything. Just everything. Just soak it down. And once you get it nice and good and soaked, you know what we're going to do? That's right. Wait. Just from spraying stuff and letting it sit overnight, we've got a little leakage. Oh, I thought that was part of the gasket. Nope, it's just oil. And then part of the soak, some crummy crumbs came out. But that's okay. Oh, we better take this outside and soak it too, huh? Oh, and these need to soak. But I got something for them. It's got a little basket in it. Right now, I've got all our hardware in there. All our nuts, bolts, etc. Bacon. I'm gonna let those sit and bake for like 24 hours or more. They're not really baking. There's no heat, but you get what I'm saying. Clean, 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 clean. I swear, every time I go to pressure wash engines, transmissions, intakes, anything, it always seems to rain. But that's okay, because you know, when you're pressure washing, you're gonna get wet. So if it's a little bit raining, that's fine. Or if you just don't care to get wet, that's fine. I'm a professional waiter. I could wait and wait and wait. Especially to let things do their thing. But you know, with the rain, you go out there, you spray it, and then while it's soaking, the rain is going to help, you know, like slow wash it. There's always a positive in every situation. Ish. So after the first round of soaking and spraying of the head and the valve cover, huge difference. I mean, it was raining sludge there for a minute. A little bit on my hip, it's okay. So we got the biggest part of the head clean. We're just gonna go over it 1-2 more times. Make sure that it is just clean. I don't know if you can see in the time lapse, probably not, but as I was spraying out the coolant passages, it looked like rusty water coming out. So I ran that sucker till the water came out clear. That way, you know, all the debris is out. So we're going to do that another time or two. Then we're going to get a hand pushing this out so we can pressure wash this. We're just going to soak it again while we're waiting. The more you can let this stuff work, the better it's all going to come out and come apart. It'll be like a whole new truck by the time the Shiddy shop's done with it. If it wasn't for all the issues, we'd just about go on down to the and paint everything. But this ain't a show truck. This a work truck. Maybe a camper truck. Who knows what it's going to end up being? Maybe someday he'll bring her on back and we'll paint. Make it pretty. Probably not, but that's okay. But if you're working on a project and you want it all nice and pretty, awesome cleaner, pressure washer. Awesome cleaner, pressure washer. Awesome cleaner, pressure washer. Air. Let her dry. Scuff some surfaces. Air. Clean it off. Then get you some wax and grease remover. Coat it, let it dry, let it set. And you too can make your project brand new. What? Brand new. Back to waiting. Found more gunk, so we're gonna have to push her back outside and do another round of pressure washing. Once we got that push rod cover off, or push tube cover. Yep. Found more gunk. Check this out.
Change your oil and your thermostat.
Change it all. What we're doing right now, though, before we end up shoving it out and going through cleaning all that out, is we're going to get the oil pan off. So in order to do that, from my understanding, you got to lift the motor a couple inches. I got all the bolts off, but it doesn't have enough tilt to come down and slide out of there. So we're going to jack it up or hoist it up or whatever. Get that off there. I'm going to take the old pump and stuff out. So on the next round of washing, we can just flush everything out. No more funky monkey. I'm ready to see what the bottom of that oil pan looks like. And that old oil pump. And the pickup tube. And the screen. And everything else. Catchphrase. And this thing's gonna like triple in oil capacity.
At least.
Did you hear all that popping? Alright guys, let's take a look at the rotating assembly. Pretty gunky and kind of nasty. That's okay, we got an oil pump. Not real sure where everything's been left off here, but we're about to start our reassembly. And I don't know how well you could see the difference in the cleanings and stuff, but I'm gonna show you in the light of the shop. Y'all remember that oil pan? It's not perfect, but it's better. Not perfect, but it's better. Not perfect, but it's better. Look at these rockers. They almost look brand new. Almost. Soak them. Tomorrow when we get some sunshine, we'll rinse those off. So hopefully tomorrow we're ready to put the final touches on things. I'm running out of room on my phone again. I'm not gonna lie about that. So instead of time lapsing or doing anything like that, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dive on in and get her done. Okay? And like I said at the beginning of the video, if I come into anything interesting, hard to do, or etc., I'll show you guys. But it's pretty straightforward. Put everything back together how you took it apart. Oh yeah, we also got to get those broke bolts out of the intake where the EGR valve goes. We still got to get that alternator bolt out. Well, quarter of it that's stuck in the bracket there. Then we got to figure out what we're going to do about the EGR valve itself, since it just wants to freely spin. And again, I don't think it's supposed to do that. Okay? And a couple other things we're going to address along the ways once we get there is vacuum lines. We'll replace what we can, just so we're good in that department. He's bringing new plugs and wires, so we get to replace those before we get everything all completely back together and difficult. That's fine. So yeah, like I said, just going to dive right into it and just get her done. One more thing before I leave you guys for a moment. Got the hoist out. I might have touched base on this a little bit, but take your head bolt, throw it in the floor, then pick it up, slap some washers on there so it won't slip through your chain, and then you take this head bolt and put it in the closest one with your engine hoist. And you can lift this bad boy up 6 inches or so to get the oil pan on and off without having to like take out cross members with a block or anything like that. Okay, so yes, you can service the bottom end of these. You just gotta lift them up. All you gotta do there, take out the 2 motor mount nuts and up it goes. Yeah, so you know what? Time to get to work. Catchphrase. One more thing before I let you guys go. We've got the fire seal technology inside this box. Now this says it's got everything we need in it. When I ordered it, it's supposed to be for the Ford 300 straight 6. But there's only one way to find out. But unfortunately, once you open it, you can't return it, which makes no sense to me, okay? What if they sent the wrong one and it's not what I ordered? Will they take it back then? Probably not. So let's see if this is for a straight 6. Yeah, I know. The safety guy's just holding a blade in his hand. Cut away from yourself. Away. Ooh, this is a long one. Away. Ooh, yeah. Sideways is away. Oh, pay attention. Well, what do you know? Looks like it's all here. This must be for our rocker or push tube cover. Main cylinder we don't need. This was already open. Okay. This isn't all wrapped. Got a wavy exhaust. We've got a cork rocker cover. Valve cover. Ooh. The pans that holds the oil. These are the nice neoprene too. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. The rings are all intact. Like it's a good one. Okay. Yep. Looks like the right gasket there too. We went ahead and cracked this open so we can start from the bottom, work our way up. We're going to put the new gasket on the pickup tube, which is no longer clogged because it was clogged. Okay, so that might be our oil pressure issue. New gasket on the pickup tube, new gasket on the oil pump, new gasket on the oil pan. Then we can get the bottom buttoned up, the motor mounts back together. Then after that, everything else, just like I said, backwards how you took it apart, clean everything all nice and pretty. While I was doing all the cleaning, I did all the threads of the block, head, everything I cleaned. I made sure there was no dirt. And then I sprayed some PB in there, you know, make sure the rust don't come back. And some lubrication. So hopefully everything goes back together easier than it came apart. I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm gonna get to work, and I'll see you soon. Little tech tip. If you go put something on, it's got the gaskets. And it's not a very ideal spot. You know, like if you got to wedge it between a cross membrane and a block. Take you just a little RTV, put it on the surface. Just a little. You ain't got to smack it on there. Just enough so you can lay your gasket on, okay? Use your bolts to line up all your holes. Let it sit. And then your gasket will adhere so it won't fall off or slip on you while you're trying to put it under, in between. Or like the push rod cover. I always have a hard time saying that. I'm used to these little Hondas, okay? But it's up and, you know, sideways. So if you just try to put your cork gasket on there, it's just going to flip, fall off. A little RTV here and there. Let it cure on there, and then it'll slide right on. But got the oil pan sitting with the gasket curing up. I got that push rod cover, RTV, and the gasket setting up. But I gotta pump the brakes. I'm missing a bolt for the oil pan. I thought I had it. But I didn't. I did not. I am missing one. So, what do? Well, we wait till it's light outside, and we take the magnet across the driveway where we've been pressure washing. And if we don't find it, you just go to the hardware store, pick you one up. So we're gonna have to go anyways to get replacement bolts for the broken ones, right? Right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for me, in a moment for you. I pity the fool. Surprise, surprise. I didn't stop or nothing. Guess what I found though? I found the oil pan bolt that was missing. And I went on a roll. I got the oil pan, oil pump on. It's back on. The motor mounts under its own weight. Oh, you see that too? Closer? Got the head on. New water pump on. But wait. Water pump. I put a little RTV around the gasket and let it sit up. Then I put it together. And since all those are through holes, put a little bit on the bolts too. Put it all on, just a little tight, not all the way. And we're gonna let it sit overnight. Well, my overnight, a couple hours. And then when we come back to it, we'll tighten these up, torque the head down to proper specs, finish cleaning our rockers and get our rockers all the way installed. We've already got our push tubes and stuff in. But once we get all this back together, valve cover on, then we can get the rest. But I will see you guys later. Updates. Head torqued on. Now you want to do that in stages? 55 foot-pound, 65 foot-pound, 85 foot-pound, and then fourth time at 85 just to double check. Now we're on the rockers. Got all the rockers cleaned off and put on. So what we're going to do next is we're going to mark where each post is on the distributor on the bottom of it. That way we can rotate the engine and set each rocker set with the cylinder at top dead center. So by taking the cap off of your rotor and marking the bottom of your distributor, you'll be able to tell which cylinder you're at via your distributor rather than trying to mark your cam or your crank shaft pulley. So we'll get a little more in depth to that here in a moment. Super glad I got a chance to change these plugs while I could. This one just did not want to come out. Porcelain ended up cracking. They were due for an upgrade anyhow. But it's all back on, back together. Gapped plugs. Still need to go get some new bolts before I can continue over here. But I got the injectors back in. All that's tightened up. Injectors plugged in. Started just routing things back where they need to go. But I'm at a point where I got to fix those broken bolts, get some new stuff, and we'll be done before we know it, guys. And then we'll get to see if we actually get some oil pressure. And I'm going to wait. I want to wait to put the valve cover on because I want to see oil. Okay. I've seen everything rotate, but I want to see the oil flow before we bust this thing off. We've been at this all day, but I got an update for you guys. Remember how I said I had to drill out some bolts? Well, I got them out. I got them drilled out. I was just going to waller them out, nut and bolt it. But I got one out, so I might be able to reuse the threads. If not, I got another bolt. No worries. But let me show you what happened. This bracket, I got it wallered out, but then I put an insert in it to guide it. JB Weld to hold it all in place. But this ear decided it was gonna self-delete. So we're gonna try some JB Weld. But that's where we're at. We're gonna let that sit for about 24 hours. And then try to get her back in. But that's it. We get all that back on and installed. We're close to test fire. So I will see you guys soon-ish tomorrow. Catchphrase. Catchphrase. So I could see the last spot I left you guys at was that bracket. JB Weldon. Well, what do you know? That bracket didn't hold. What, bud? What's up?
What are you doing?
I'm filming an outro
Why?
for the videos for this truck. What are you doing?
That's some trucks.
Yeah, it's Rob's truck.
Kids in it?
There's nothing in there.
Kids.
Anyways, when I left you guys,
Huh?
we tried fixing that bracket. And guess what? It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It ended up breaking where we didn't JB weld it.
Yeah.
So we just deleted that.
Yeah.
But according to Dirty Screen, according to Mr. Rob, owner of the truck, he drove it and went and got a cover. And he said it did excellent. So with that being said, we're going to wrap up this part 2 of the head gasket video. And I apologize for the sporadic moments in filming we did. One-man show here. Been crazy busy. Didn't have a lot of memory on my phone, etc., etc. So, if you're watching this, or if you watched it this far, you skipped around, and you have any questions, concerns on your 300 straight 6 in your Ford F-150 XLT or anything else with that engine, drop a comment below or whatever else you can do, and I'll help you, okay? I will help you as much as I could help myself. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Peace. Catchphrase.
Catchways.
Say it again.
Catchways.
Say it with catchphrase.
Catchways.